When your cat sits across the room and just stares at you, do you actually know what they're trying to tell you? Yes, it feels adorable. Those big, unblinking eyes look so cute. But behind that intense gaze, there's something much deeper that most owners never pick up on. It's one of the most calculating and primal things a cat can do. And if you ignore what it means, which most people do without realizing, you might be missing the deepest level of communication they've ever tried to build with you. Let's start with the first thing they're really saying. 1. They are assessing you as their focal point of survival. Have you ever wondered why your cat doesn't just stare at the wall, the window, or the other furniture in the house with that same intensity? They have a whole world of stimuli to look at. But time and time again, their eyes lock onto you. That's not random. That's a biological calculation. Cats are apex predators, but they are also uniquely aware of their size. Everything in their world is divided into predator, prey, and protector. And when your cat stares unblinking at you from across the room, they aren't just spacing out, they are reading you. A study published in the journal Animal Cognition found that domestic cats constantly monitor human facial expressions and body language to gauge the safety of their environment. If they are staring at you, you are their compass. You've been chosen as their ultimate point of reference. But here's what makes this even more powerful. There's a specific type of stare they give you. Something most owners see every single day and completely misinterpret. That reveals a level of vulnerability no one else in the world will ever get to see. We'll get to that one near the end. And trust me, it might be the most meaningful thing in this whole video. 2. They think they're your lookout. Ever notice where your cat positions themselves when they lock eyes with you? Like, not just that they're looking, but exactly where they sit to do it. Most people never pay attention to this, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. Felines in the wild don't just stare blankly into the open. They choose strategic vantage points where they can monitor both their family and potential threats. It's survival instinct. And when your cat sits on the back of the couch, or at the top of the stairs, and just stares at you, they're doing the exact same thing. They aren't just relaxing, they are standing guard. Researchers at the University of Sussex observed that cats often use vigilance staring to ensure the safety of their core group. Your cat might look like a fuzzy statue, but the visual lock is intentional. They chose that line of sight because, in their mind, their job is to keep you safe. And the wildest part, they don't do this for everyone. If a guest sits in that room, your cat might ignore them or hide. But with you, they're on duty. Same gaze, same post. This is loyalty in the most raw, unspoken way a cat can show it. And hey, if this is making you look at your cat's big eyes differently right now, hit like and subscribe so we can help more cat owners understand what their feline is really trying to tell them. 3. The shape of their eyes says everything. Have you ever thought about how your cat stares at you? Because there's a massive difference between staring with wide, open saucers, half-closed lids, or narrowed slits. Each expression means something completely different. And once you know what they mean, you'll never look at them the same way again. If your cat stares at you with slightly narrowed, relaxed eyes, that's the highest level of contentment they can show. Feline behaviorists note that this soft gaze is a sign that they feel zero threat in your presence. If they stare with giant, dilated pupils and their ears slightly back, don't take it as a compliment. That's actually overstimulation or fear. They want to be aware of your sudden movements to react fast if something feels off. It's observation with a purpose. Now, if they stare at you and give you a slow blink, that's intimate. That's a cat who isn't just bonded to you. They feel emotionally safe enough to temporarily close their eyes in the presence of a giant predator. You. And if their staring pattern suddenly shifts from day to day, pay attention. That's not random either. But what that actually signals might surprise you. And we'll get into that in a moment. 4. They know when you're not okay. Have you ever had a rough day? The kind where you just sit quietly feeling incredibly heavy, and out of nowhere, you look up and your cat is just sitting there, intensely staring at you. That's not a coincidence, and it's not your imagination either. Cats, especially those who have bonded deeply with one person, are surprisingly tuned into your emotional state. A study from the Journal of Veterinary Behavior highlighted that cats can detect subtle changes in their owner's vocal tone, breathing rate, and even subtle facial cues of sadness or anxiety. When your stress hormones spike, your whole demeanor shifts, and your cat picks up on that visual data before you even realize you're showing it. This is why some owners notice their cat staring at them from a few feet away during hard weeks, just watching them silently. They aren't judging you. They are checking on you in their own quiet, wordless way. They are telling you they noticed your shift in energy, and they are keeping an eye out. What makes this even more incredible is that they don't do this out of obligation. Cats are not pack animals. They don't have a social duty to monitor anyone's mental health. So, when your cat shows up just to watch over you on your worst days, it's purely because they chose to. 5. A hard, fixed stare is a warning sign. What if your cat suddenly starts staring at you differently? Like, for weeks, they've given you soft blinks or casual glances, and then one day they're sitting in the corner, unblinking, staring at you with an intense, rigid focus. Most owners think nothing of it. Maybe they saw a bug, maybe they're just in a mood. But here's what most people don't know. When a cat suddenly adopts a fixed, hard stare toward you, it can be one of the earlier signs that something is physically or emotionally wrong. Veterinary behaviorists have noted that cats are masters at hiding pain. They won't limp. They won't cry. They won't ask for help, but their facial tension will change. A pain face in cats often involves a stiffened stare with ears slightly flattened. If they suddenly start staring intently, without moving or breaking their gaze, it could mean they are experiencing discomfort and are hyper-vigilant because pain makes them feel vulnerable. If they stare at the wall next to you, it could be a sign of cognitive stress or disorientation. The point isn't to panic every time they look at you funny. But if this intense, rigid staring lasts more than a few days and comes with other small shifts like hiding, eating less, or avoiding pets, that's your cat silently signaling that something is wrong. And most of the time, the owners who catch it early are the ones who were paying attention to how they looked at them. 6. They show you what no one else sees. Remember earlier when I said there's a specific stare your cat gives you that most owners see every day but never truly understand? This is it. When your cat sits near you, looks directly into your eyes, and their vision seems to almost go blurry. Their eyes half closed, perfectly relaxed, almost like they are falling asleep while looking straight at you. Sometimes they might even let out a tiny, soft sigh. That right there is the most vulnerable psychological state your cat will ever be in. And they are choosing to do it right while looking at you. Think about what that actually means. Cats are built to survive. Every instinct they have tells them to stay alert, visually track everything, and never break a hard gaze if danger is near. In the wild, a cat that drops its visual guard like that is a dead cat. There is no second chance. And yet, here they are, eyes half-masked, completely dropping their defensive barrier. Because the way they feel about you is stronger than every survival instinct in their body. A study on feline human communication confirmed that this slow blinking, half-closed stare is the ultimate sign of positive emotional arousal and trust. Not just comfortable, safe. That means when your cat hits that drowsy, unfocused gaze directly into your eyes, they have decided on a biological level that you are the safest place in their entire world.